Okay, so good morning and good evening, everybody, and welcome back in today's class. Today we are going to be start the next part in the scripting. That is the server side script, I can say. Okay, so now if you see what we did, anything we need any action on the form level, it is basically a client side scripting, where we see the UI policy making the field mandatory, read only, or hide. We use the client script for that same purpose. Now the question comes, if I click on the save or the submit button, then some action should happen. And those action called the server side scripting. Okay, so those are called the server side scripting, and we have to be mainly see that what the purpose of that. Also, we know that what are the classes for that, right? So we done that part. We see that what are the glide classes for the server side, like GS dot glide date and time. Okay, so now to start with this, we have mainly two major things in the server side. Number one, three major things I can say. Number one is the business rule. Number two is the UI action, and number three is the ACLs, access control. Business rule says basically when this should update. Let's say again, I'm taking same example. I'm going to book a ticket. Once I click on the submit button or the next button where the record is getting saved in the database, I got a message. Your ticket has been booked. This is your PNR number. Those are the business rules specifically, if I can say. So it run before or after. Like I want to check, is this person is eligible for discount or not? Before I save the record in the database, I would like to be check this condition. So this is a before business rule. After means once record has been saved or updated, then we can go for the after business rule. It depends from case by case. When I say case means use case by use case, that what business rule I need to be used at this point of time. Like if I can say, let's say Namrata is making food at home. Maybe some guests are coming. So now she want to make sure that food should be cooked well and should be good in taste. So she want to taste beforehand. Beforehand means before she serve the food to the guest, she tastes it. That is a before business rule. Or she want to get the feedback that how was the food. That is after business rule. After she served the food, everybody had a food, then she want to get the feedback, because before that she did not get the feedback. Without tasting, without having a food, how I can give a feedback that the food was good or bad, right? So this concept come in the business rule. Now the second thing, that is a UI action. Let me open it. So UI action, if I simple says, UI action are the buttons you are able to see in the service now, like new button, save button, update button. These are the UI actions that if I click on this button, these things should happen. Because see, think practically, like if I go here and let me go and open this one. Let's say when I click on this save button, this one, there is some code written in this button, right? So that when I click on this button, the record gets saved in the database. So these are called the UI actions. And at last, the ACL, access control list. I don't want that user who don't have idle role can see my Excel sheet. This is what is come in the ACL. It is very much important because if you give a right to anybody to make a change in the ACL, you're giving a key to the thief to do anything in your house. So we will discuss that how this work. Now let's start with the business rule here. Okay. Let me come here and open this business rule. Here. So now I can click on this. Now remember the image, that sequence of the execution of the business rule, that order. So this is what the business rule says. Name, on which table you want to put. Let me say I want to put on the problem table. This one. Advance. We can do the scripting in the business rule as well. Even though few things can be possible via drag drop or some drop down values. But if you're not able to achieve the results via normal actions, you can go for the advanced as well. I'm not going to take this up. Let's see what is this here. Okay. So now two things, where to run and what happened. Right? If I said once I click on this submit button, then it should go in the database and it show me the error message. Or show me the success message. This is what the business rule. Rajesh has a question. Atul, then why not we create a button here for that? How many buttons you will create? Sometime, let me give another example. Let's say, same example, let's say Namrata invited all of us with family at her house for the dinner. So I'm considering 3 person per family we will be going. So total 20 people or 15 people will be going to Namrata's house. Okay. Now, do you think when we have food or when we're done with the food, she pick up a list and say, you know, I go to market, I bring 2 kg onion, 2 kg potato, 1 kg cauliflower, 1 kg carrot, 1 kg this, that, 1 kg flour, 2 kg this and this. No, she will not tell me. Not tell to anybody. This is what I'm talking about, the UI action. Because that is a background. Why she tell everything to everybody? That is we are not getting the buttons UI actions for every business rule. No, business rules are there which execute when some condition matches. Like it is a trend in Namrata's house. If anybody come for dinner or a lunch, she always give the return gifts, irrespective of occasion. Exception is the sad moments. She give the return gifts. This is a business rule which work in their house. After the party, she will give. And before the party, let's say she want to invite us. Before the party, she's sending us the cards, invitation cards properly printed, signed, and all the things. This is what this is. So it says when to run. Two options. When the record get inserted and or I'm putting the both things and as well I'm putting the or as well because you can select insert and you can select update as well here. Why it's not showing here? Okay, this advance is not for the query. Yeah, query as well, but something more. Okay, let me remove this. So it says when this business rule should run. I said or I'm saying when the record get it inserted or record get it updated or both. Remember the email notification. When to send. Insert or update. The same thing is applicable here. It's your responsibility. It's your thought process that what type of business rule I should follow. Let's say Namrata prepare 7 or 8 food items. She served to us. Now, if she start asking feedback for every item which she prepared, it's so irritating. Even she's asking for the small salad as well. Maybe she prepared some sprouts item. She's asking for the feedback for that. Okay, that's fine. You can ask for the feedback for curry kind of things or maybe some dal or sabji. But do you think that you need to be asked for the feedback of the water as well? You serve. That is so irritating. So it means we have to make sure that we use the business rule in a right format at the time of the insert or at the time of the update. Like I give the example. I am using electric stove here. Okay, and we have a one energy vendor from whom I'm getting this electricity. Okay, whenever I open their website and I click on the any of the menu, I always get a pop-up message. Thank you for choosing us. We're working with government for the betterment and all the things. Now it's so irritating for me because the pop-up length is almost 15-20 lines and I have to be scroll again, close that and scroll down to get my account details, my account overview, my energy usage and all the things. So irritating. It means they put this business rule on every update. When I use a login, I should want to see this thing. So you have to be see. So let's say Rajesh book a ticket. Okay, and it's a confirmed ticket. But sometimes we're so excited to go for a travel. Every day Rajesh is open the website and check, oh, that's fine, my PNR is confirmed. Even though he know, but he opening and checking. And every time when she open, every time he open the website, he get a message. You must bring the iCard for these discounts. You must bring your proofs for this much discounts. It's irritating. Rajesh say, yes, I know, but it is getting again and again. So this is your responsibility and you have to take a case that what business rule should be applicable. Sometime I need few messages should come every time. Whenever you open that website. Okay, so now if I say insert, if you want to put any condition that if the condition matches, only then it should come. So like if I say then if the assigned to is coordinator A, let's say, and if this matches, then what you want to do? I want set value. I want update first reported by to the INC 003. I want description updated to I want service, or let's say what is the problem form. So that we can, because what I'm doing here, I'm doing the set value. So you can see here, right? Set field value. I can do the same thing via scripting as well. But again, if it is possible without scripting, better go ahead. It's loading. Now maybe I can go here. Scroll down. Do you want to add any message? You can add. Welcome. Do you want any about message? If you want to cancel it, I said yes. Or you can do it here. If you want, you can put some about message as well, about action as well. Okay, and cancel, I'm saying. In this much time. Okay, so now this thing. Now if I click on the save here, let's see when we run this particular business rule. So what the business said? So oops, you failed. That is coming from my client script. But I said if assigned to is problem coordinator B. Is it B or A? It's A. If the problem coordinator is A. And now, because what we say that business rule should run insert or update. And this record is not inserted as of now. So let me save this. It is mandatory, even though we are setting up, but it is still mandatory. Okay, no problem. Save. And you are getting welcome, and you can see description has been updated now. And first reported by updated now. Okay, so this is what this fundamental say. Now, if every time I reload this form, I will get this message. Where it is gone. Here. Like this so that we can see what is changing is coming. So now if I update anything here, and save. See, I'm getting this message now. So this is what is basically business rule with the insert or update. But still the question is, or the part is still pending. One part is still pending. What that part says, that when to run this business rule. When to run this business rule. So for that, I'll go in the advanced. And when I click on the advanced, I have one more tab available, advanced, where you need to be write the script. This one. If the things which you done here, you can do it via script as well. So if you speak to me, I'll prefer to go with the simple actions, not for the scripts. Now I come here because here the changes has been done. Number one, two more things has been introduced. One is the when. When says before, after, asynchronous, or display. Same example. Namrata cooked the food for everybody. She want to make sure that it is well cooked and tasty. So she will taste before the record get inserted. This one. She want to take a feedback. In that case, after update. After serving the food, everybody done with the food, then she asks for the feedback. Then asynchronous. A very important point here. We always say that I am a multitasking. You are a multitasking. Is it? I doubt. I doubt that we are the multitasking. We do the things in a one by one format, not in the multitasking format. This is what asynchronous is. Let's say there are 3 or 4 business rule has been written on the problem table with almost on the same order or same priority. Then how to execute it means asynchronous means that let user do their work in the front end. I'll execute it in the background. I give one classic example for this. Okay, if you notice this thing, I generally use for the flight booking, I use Ease My Trip as a vendor, as a third party or the middle layer to book my tickets. Okay, so last time when I was booking my tickets, I book it via Ease My Trip. Okay, it was a night approximately 10-11 o'clock in UK here. I booked my tickets, I done the payment, but I did not get my PNR number. It was mentioned that if you did not get PNR number, don't worry. It takes 30-40 minutes and you will get the PNR number. I waited 30-40 minutes. Still, I did not get my PNR number. Now, what happened? Or what was the process happened? It was asynchronous. It did not stop me to move forward. I can go and I can give my seats preference. I can go and I can give my food preference as well. So it says, don't worry, I'm working in the background. If you want, you can book. I'll record everything for you. I'll record your food preference. I'll record your seat preference, everything. This is what the asynchronous is. Let's not keep hanging the user. Let him proceed, no problem. Let him or her proceed. I'll do my work in the background, no problem. And after 45 minutes, I get an email that your ticket has been generated, your itinerary is there, is this, travel date, name, and everything was mentioned there. This is what asynchronous. Even it consider my seat preference and the food preference as well. Because commands are going in the background. As soon as the PNR gets generated, I got everything there. And last is called the display. Let's say when I go here and I click on the all. And I click on the all. Before I display the results, I will show you a message. Like if I take example, if you go to any of the OTT platform, Amazon, Netflix, MX Player or some other, There are some contents which are only for the 18 plus year ages, right? If you click on that content, you get a message, or if you're browsing that, you get some written bar. This content is only for 18 plus year age. Please confirm by ticking this box. It means before I display, I want to make sure to tell to the user. Or another example, let's say you are facing some problem in your laptop. You call to service desk and service desk says, hey, I need to be, could you please share your screen? But before that they say, we request you please close all your confidential content. It can be a salary slip, it can be an email, it can be a feedback, it can be anything. This is what the before display. So if you want to show anything before display, you can use this business rule. Put a condition, that's all. So because before display doesn't matter, it's insert or update, it doesn't matter. It says I want to display. So if I click on this all, I'm doing nothing, just displaying the records. And before that, I want to show you logged in as a problem manager. Sometimes you fill a form, right? Where it says you cannot go back after this step. If you have 15 minutes, you have your documents handy, your camera is ready, only then please proceed. So this is what the before business rule here. Clear everybody till this point? Any doubt, any question? Good, thank you. Now, so now if this is a case, let's say it's before or after. Now, before you delete, you show a message. Or after you delete, you want to show a message. Did you get a message after deletion? Are you sure you want to delete? No. If I go here, let me go here and select all. Let's say I want to this one. I go here and I click on the wait. Do I have a delete button here? Yeah, this one. Delete. This is what before business rule of deletion. This is running. If I say like this, it should be before deletion. I should send a message. Or will you get this message after deletion? Are you sure you want to delete all these records? No, it's done and dusted. So this is what this particular thing says. And at last, the query. If you want to fetch some results from the database, then you can use before business rule. Like if I click on this all. OK, I click on this all. And as soon as I click on this all, I want to display a message. You have requested for the incident or the problem record priority to open between this date and this date. This is what I'm doing the query here. This is the purpose of this business rule query. And then it's totally depend what action you want to take, you can do, or you want to go for the advanced, you can go. So GS dot. Remember our server side glide classes. Glide date and time. Glide aggregate. GS dot. Okay, set it at. Generate UID, something like this, you can do it. That is the in the beginning what we say, that we have to be understand these classes first. Now, if I know the classes, I can create it. Let's go here and see one example. So I'm here. Go to the server side. Business will be done. Let's say some examples I show you. This one. It says if current dot title is director, then add a message and about is true and read it to the current. Because the business will work only on the two things, what is current and what was previous. That is the thing. So this is the one example I can say. What is current and what is previous. If you scroll down a little bit more, maybe we'll see one more example. Here the current has an important part. So this one, gs.getUser is a member of. So now if I can show you this thing. Assigned to me. This one, assigned to me. This logic is something similar on this part only. What it says, gs.getUser. Number one, the logged in user get that one. I got system admin is a member of. Is a member of current assignment group. Maybe if I want to be search the tickets for the group called problem coordinators. If I logged in as a problem coordinator A, then this thing will work for me. I'm a member of this current assignment rule. So now a very basic use case for this one. Maybe you have this implementation in your project. I don't want anybody from any other group able to see these incidents. If you are a member of this particular assignment group, only then you're able to see the incident or the records. This is what it is be running. This business rule is running. If you are a member, only then you're able to see, then do the action. So like this, you can do, only then you can update it. I want to assign current.assign to is equal to gs.getUser. It means get the user ID and put into the assign to field. The word current plays role here. Let me show you. Let's see what is the current here. Oh, oh, this rule. This one. So I can go here and action advance current dot active due. So what is bringing? It's bringing the current of problem table. Current dot assignment group equal to gs dot get user ID. Something you can think and you can put it here. Clear. So this is what the fundamental of the this particular business rule. All clear? Any doubt? Any question? Namrata, Pooja, will.
No, Atul. Good.
Okay, good. Now let's come to the next point about these buttons. Right, we're saying these are the buttons. Do you think only these are the UI actions, or what all other are the UI actions in ServiceNow? I said these buttons are the UI action. Anything else can be UI action as well. Let me show you. Wait. Let me show you few more things. Number one, these buttons are the UI action. Number two, these are also the UI actions. What we call this? Any idea? What we call this? Please give me the name. Then these also the UI actions. Then
context menu.
Yes, this is the context menu. And what is this? Three dots, 3 lines. What does 3 lines mean? Additional actions. Okay, now let me open instance again and show you something more. Okay. This is also UI action. These are also the UI actions. These also UI actions. These also the UI actions. Let me open a record here. I'll show you. These are also the UI actions. So a lot of UI actions are there. Rajesh is curious to know that Atul, why there are so many UI actions. What is the benefit? It is nothing, just for the making the user experience good and better. These are the UI actions has been created. Now let's come here. Number one, if you ask me from my experience perspective, UI actions are pure customization, because you are creating a new button on the in the instance. It is means it is a completely new work. I click on the new. Can you imagine for the save as well? We have these many. In the UI action, the problem is that it is completely scripted. There's nothing drag and drop or the drop down values available. It's completely scripting you have to be do, complete scripting. Now let's come here. What is the name? LNG. On which table you want to show? I want to show on the problem table. Order is 100. What is the action name? I want to show LNG. LNG. Now your cosmetic changes will start. Where you want to show on insert, on update. So now if I show you, if I show the update button here, do you think that is good? That is logical? No, because Atul, till now we did not create our incident. How you can update it? So it's again depend on you. where you want to show on insert or update. Do you want to show on the form button? I said yes. Do you want to show on the context menu? I can say yes. Do you want to show on the form link? Form link means this thing, related links. I said yes. How you want to show on the form? I want to show on the destructive. These are the cosmetic, nothing else. Banner button. Banner means when you go on the list view. I want to show it. Yes. I'm putting everything as a yes as of now. And you can make some true, some false to see that where it has been appearing. List button, bottom button. Here, I guess this one they're saying list bottom button. This is list bottom button. I'm sure. Or maybe list bottom means let me open. Let me go here. Click on the all. Maybe this one they're saying list bottom button. Here, if you want to show something. Okay. Then list context menu. This is the list context menu, or maybe this is the list context. Yes, this is the list context menu. Okay. List choice, this one, under this. Okay. List link, yes, and I can put unstyle. Okay. Leave it everything as of now. Let's submit this or save this. Let's come here. Reload this page. It is here in the red color. Why? Because we say it is a destructive type. You will find this destructive style only and only in the major incident or the incident form. Let's say you're traveling in a bus. Okay. And you're sitting on the emergency window. It is always with the red color. Why? Because it is differentiating the other windows and the emergency window. If they put the normal color, that will be tough for a user or the passenger to identify. But if it's a red color, then definitely it's a different one. So it's nothing to do with the work. It is just for the user experience. Okay. Here. So this is one. Second, you can see here context menu. You can see additional action. LNG. As of now, we did not put any code on this button. So if you click on this, I'm not sure that what will happen, or some default code will be work. Now scroll down. I have this thing available in this one. So these are the form level changes. Now let's go in the problem record and click on the all, because on the list view as well, right? All. Number one, it's coming as a this one. Why not red? Because we say it's a unstyle. If you want to put, you can put as a primary here and click save. Now, if we reload this, so now you can see it become blue color because it's a style one now. Now, if you see here, you can see LNG here. And you can see the bottom button here as well. This is what, and little links on the here as well. So these options and these two, up to you, what you want to do. My worry, my point, that what to write on this particular button, that is important. So you have to write your code here. Yes, dot. Will GS work? Not sure what code I have to be right here. Let me go here because I'm not a expert guy here, so I need to be taking help from this part only. Okay, some scripting examples. Let's scroll down. Go to the UI actions here. This is what. Okay, it's sorry, it's a ACL. Let me go up. An example for this. Okay, here. This one. Current assigned to is this one. Now the thing is that if you notice, we have a condition here as well. When to display this button and what to do on this button. So what I will do, I'll copy this one. The scripting part. Like this. I'm not sure that what it will be working because UIAction is one of the weakest area for me to be work. But I can guide you that how it can be look like or how it can be displayed. Number one part. Number two part, which is important. Because now ServiceNow introduced the workspaces as well. If you see here, do you want to show this button on the workspace? If you click on this and this, it will display. So you have to be write your code and you can do your part. So maybe I can say G underscore form dot. Why it's not picking up the on click G form? Maybe something wrong. I'm doing GS dot. No, not sure. Leave it. I don't want to be going that part. This is important. Require rule. Who can, because this particular functionality require rule is important for the ACL as well. To whom this button is visible, you can decide here. If a user has an admin rule, if a user has an ideal rule, if a user has an approval rule, only then this button should be visible. This is what this particular require rule do. The same concept will be applicable in the ACL as well. Okay, which we'll see tomorrow. Now, if I scroll up a little bit, this thing has been left. Two things, client and override. If you remember, I told you that UI action is the one which can be the client script, which can be in the business rule. If practically you ask someone, it is a server-side script. UI action is completely server-side script. But if you make it as a tick box, then you can use this UI action in your client script as well. There are some methods has been defined which practically I'm not much aware. So better to tell you wrong, not to tell anything on that part. So via this support client one, you can call this UI action in the client script to perform your activities. And last, if you want to override, let's say I don't want to show new button, or let's say I'm click on the new button. I don't want to show this save button. I want to show only my LNG button here. In that case, you can override it. But if I show you, you will get confused now. See, there are many save buttons. Very carefully, we have to be decide that which save button I want to be override. Maybe I put this save and this will be overwritten. Possibly, right? It can be possible. So we have to very careful in that case that which button I want to be override. Generally, we avoid the UI actions until unless it is very much required from the customer. And without that, they're not able to proceed. Instead of the UI action, I'll prefer to go for the related links in the down. I can get one related link and I can put it in instead of putting the button here. Clear, guys? Everybody clear? Any doubt, any question? Pooja, Namrata, Will. Rajesh, clear or confused?
No, I think Atul, I think this makes sense. I think I'm still digesting it.
It's little heavy to understand, right? Practically, if I speak from the non-technical side, then little bit hectic to be understand. I'm sure that client script, UI policy, BR still able to understand digest, but these UI actions are little complicated until unless you do some decorative work on that part. Okay, now the last point which come under the server side scripting is called ACL, access control list. I'm sure that everybody has a one wardrobe in your room where you as individual putting your important documents separately and you did not give access to anybody. Let me give example. Let's say there is a birthday function in Namrata's house. It's a 2 days or 3 days program. Okay. Namrata's son or daughter birthday, first birthday is there. So she invited every guest from husband side, from her own side, parents, cousins, brothers, and everybody she invited. She know that there are the few important documents which are be on the drawer part on somewhere in the common place. She told to her husband, and the same thing her husband told to Namrata as well. Let's keep this document in a safe place because now guests will become, kids will become, and anybody can pick up this paper and make some aeroplanes or some use can use something for cleaning or eating the as a base and can be destroyed our part. So what you guys do, you pick up those papers, go to your room, open the almirah, open the another wardrobe or the drawer in the almirah, put it the things here, lock it. And you just tell the password of that particular lock to your husband. Because he's the admin user. He can access, not to anybody else. If by mistake you tell this password to any of your relative, you are gone because now they can open the drawer, they can open the wardrobe, they can get the documents and they can destroy it. This is what it is important to understand here. ACLs are the more complicated and security related stuff. If by mistake I enable the access of the data center for every employee, they can enter the data center, they can destroy anything. I still remember when I was supporting my insurance client. Okay, it was a UK client only. Okay, so if anything goes down, the printers are not working. So one person from my company take a pass, go to that particular place and check the printer. It is not like you just request now you will get in the detail or the pass in a few minutes. You have to wait minimum for 1 hour, 2 hours. That is a problematic because they want to secure, they want to make sure that the person who is coming is well educated, and also you cannot go in that office in your sleepers or in your normal outfits. You have to be wear the blazers and the coat properly, and you have to be going that part because it's a business people place. People, a big people come there, so they want to make sure everything should be there. Now, if I go in the ACL here, let me show you something here. Let me open the incident. Click on the all. Let's see, can I make a change here? Yes, I can make a change. Yes, so now you can see security privilege writing to this field. On this field, there's a ACL has been added. Even though same should be go for the opened as well, but it's a PDA, so I can give a relaxation. This is coming from the ACL. Even though I'm an admin, still I'm not allowed to make a change in the credit date because it is a violation of the process. Now let's come here and search for the ACL. This one, access control. These are the ACLs available, which has been provided by service. Now total 15,178 ACL has been given, but there's a no new button. Can you see any new button here? No. Then what to do? How I can create a new ACL in my PDI or in my official instance? Right? Here the point come. When we purchase, when we get ServiceNow instance from ServiceNow from our customer, ServiceNow ask one question. Tell me to whom I should give the elevated role. To whom I can give the elevated role. This is what the purpose of this particular thing, elevate role. So, and it is fact. Even though you are admin of your instance in your official way, but still you don't have elevated role because it is not given to everybody. It is only with the very limited people. I'm sure in one of my account only my architect have this role, and after some time when he get a confidence on the senior developer, he handed over this role to that particular person as well. But before that, only one person has this elevated role. So it is the key which are going to which you can give to a thief as well. Knowingly, unknowingly, intentionally, unintentionally, with pressure, without pressure, if you give this role to anybody, you are making your things tough. So if you give your house key to the unknown person, you can't expect that nothing will be happen bad in the house. It's done and dusted now. Right? So now I click on the elevated role here. It is a security admin role number 1. It is high security settings. And click on the update. if you notice, one arrow key has been come on the top. It says this user has a elevated rule. Number one. Second, it become red. Third, this become red. It means these are the indication that now you are in a highly secured. No, I'm not so secured, but you are in the high security admin rights. You're having a high security admin rights. Now, if you want, you can select and you can delete. That is important. Now I click on this new here. This is one of my favorite topics, but even though I don't have much knowledge on this part, but still it's a favorite topic for me. Now you can put ACL on the two level. Number one, you can apply the ACL on the table level, and number two, you can apply the ACL on the field level. I don't want to show incident table to Rajesh. This is a table level. I don't want to show assigned to field to Rajesh. This is a field level ACL. Okay, so now it says type. On which particular type of ACL you want to create. Believe me, I have literally very less idea on that part. I have an idea of the record, means the records someone is creating. Number one, REST endpoint. It's basically for the integration purpose we use. To restrict something on that part, UI pages, the pop-ups which you get, it's a UI pages. And UX pages and UX route, I have no idea. So generally what I see in my example is basically record. Okay, I can click on this part. Now which operation you want to, okay, one more thing. ACL doesn't mean you are restricting, no. No. ACL doesn't mean you are restricting. ACL means you are creating the security rules only for a specific role. If you have this role, only then you can do. So don't think negatively here. Think the positively. If your mother or your father need those documents, you can. So let's say I am happy to share my password with my parents. Parents can be in-laws or parents can be my real parents. If anybody in the party has this relationship with me, please take a passport and get the documents from the drawer. I am doing this part via ACL, not restricting it. Okay, so what operation I am able to execute, create, read, write, or delete? Edit task relation. Task relation means like if you want to make some changes in the incident and the task table. That is something. Edit CI relationship. When we go for the next week, we are starting with the CI, CMDB and CI part. So if you want to restrict that user should not able to create new relationship, they can use edit CI relationship. Save as template. I want to save any incident as a template so that tomorrow, if the same incident come, my user can use that part. Add to list. Like, let me go here and click on the all. Let me give an example. Here. This is add to list. I don't want Rajesh is able to see these many fields. So I can create an ACL add to list. List edit. Something similar on the report, report view and the personalized choices. So it means what I'm saying this thing personalized choices kind of thing. I'm doing this thing personalized choices here, or maybe something here. I can do the personalized choices. So there are these many operations, but can I use the two operations in a single ACL? No. You cannot combine create and read together. No, you have to be create two separate ACLs for the same. That is the important point. So let's say I want to go for the create, even though I'm not writing any code, I'm just giving you the overview. Who can override? Only admins can override. Another point. Now here the table name comes. On which table you want to apply this ACL? I want to apply on the problem table. If I put problem and put asterisk, it is a table level ACL I'm creating. If I put actual start, it means it is a field level. I'm doing it here. Let me come back here. Clear everybody till this point. See, we are not the developer, but being a consultant, we should know that what are the operations available. Good, thanks, Rajesh. Now I can come here and I can put that which role can update this. That's what I'm saying. Don't think that I am restricting it. No, I am making available the ACL for the limited users, making this field for the limited users. So if I put that it is only available for the ITL rule, I put like this. And then I can, if you click on the advanced, then you can do the scripting as well. Here you can write your scripts. Same glide classes you can use and you can write your script here. So now if I click on the save, so it's checking in the background that as of now on the row level problem table, yes, you created asterisk, yes. After that you come to the field level on the work start. I said yes. Do you want to continue? It means this is what the actual rule will work. I said yes. Continue. My ACL will be get created. This is what the ACL fundamental work here. In this part, important is these things, which operation you want to do. So this is little important. All these options: list, edit, add to list, save as, edit, see relationship. These things can be done. So now, if someone ask you, hey, I'm not able to see this particular button, this particular option or the field on the change form level, on the table level, you can say that it can be coming from ACL only. This is what it works. So now if I go here and open the ACL, let me leave this, and you can see here so many ACLs. All this. Let me see if anything I have the password. Blacklisted password, blacklisted password, generate password, copy password. So like this, UI pages. Client callable script includes REST endpoint. So this thing you can CA. Let's say who can do, only security admin can override this, nothing else. Okay, so they are putting the password restrictions on this part, so nobody can make a change there other than the security admin role. Also, one more important point here, that this elevated rule only work up to the time you did not log out manually or it is being timed by system. Once it done, you have to be again get the elevated rule and you have to do your work. So it is a session specific rule. It doesn't mean that it work for 24 hours. No, it is a session specific. Up to the time you log in, you can use. Once you log out or forcefully removed or system timeout, your role has been revoked. So like in the barbecue, if you go until the flag is on, you can request for the starters. Once flag is down, you have to be take the main course now. There's no way that you can get the starter back because it's done now. Clear everybody till this point? Namrata, Rajesh, Pooja, Trevor and Will. Good. So with yes, good. Word Namrata, please.
No, no, nothing. Like, how we can proceed or do a practice on these things. Like, we will, like you have already given brief about the concept through this book, and even provided the link for Java, like how to
Right.
learn JavaScript from that link, right? So that is sufficient. Like once we will start learning JavaScript, then we will go with the service now scripting.
Uh, I can say yes, because the thing is that before you go for the practice, my strongly recommendation, check the out of the box functionality first. Instead of you start writing your own code, let me build this thing. Better you
Okay.
see that what service now has written already in those codes. Like
Okay.
you can go and open this tabs like insert, save. What code has been written in the background? What classes they're using? What function they're using? It will give you the idea that how or what are the things available which you can use in your scripting. Because it's not like 5 or 7 points that you can learn and you can do the coding. To do this part, you have to be understand the out of the box functionality as well. So like in this case, new button. When I click on this new button, how this page has been get opened. Check this new button code now. What code has been mentioned? What classes has been mentioned? What function has been mentioned? Then you come to know. Clear?
And
No.
yeah, and is it possible like without JavaScript basic we can learn
No.
scripting in service now?
Little tough because JavaScripting will give you the syntax and semantics to write the code. Even though a lot of things are service now built only, there's a almost classes of the service now only. But JavaScript will give you the basics that how to write this code, cementing, parentheses kind of things. You will get it from there.
Okay.
That is the reason I always say in my introduction or in my interviews as well that I can understand the code, but I cannot write the code because I don't have that mindset to develop that coding here or that logic here. Okay, and
Mm.
these things come only and only from the practice and patience.
Okay, too. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let me take a pause here and let me stop the recording, take a quick attendance now.